I have been known to play a Mario Kart game or two in my days, and in my time playing Mario Kart, I have realized that this game has some pretty unique features, like some characters from certain Nintendo games and even some items. And you know what? I believe the items make the game really fun, but there are some items that are definitely better than others. Exactly 10 items I feel are particularly better than the other ones. And let me ask you, what do you think when you hear the words YouTube in 2014? Either an obviously fake paranormal investigations video or a top 10 video. And I'm no calculus teacher, but I think having 10 items that are better than the other ones mathematically works out as a top 10 video. And in fact, I've already done a top 10 Mario Kart items, but that video is really old and really bad, and my opinions have downright changed since then, so I'm doing another one. So here we go. I'm NateBob27, and here are my top 10 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe items. Let's go. Number 10. The feather. Okay, so hear me out. This might be an item you turn your nose up at most of the time, especially because it's not even available in any other Mario Kart game besides the very first one, or 8 Deluxe, and even in 8 Deluxe, it's only available in battle mode. But, in theory, this item is actually really good, it just hasn't been implemented correctly in any Mario Kart game. Because think about it, the ability to jump over people and attacks is super dope, and it also allows for a bunch of new shortcut opportunities. And even in battle mode, you can use the feather to steal stuff like balloons and coins during battle, so even though most people dislike this item, I think it's pretty good, and it just needs to be given a proper chance in a full-on Mario Kart game. Mario Kart 9, your main new item is gonna be the feather, I tell you what. Number 9, the blue shell. Okay. Before you click off, at least let me explain. The blue shell is hated by a lot of people, and I can understand why. It's super annoying if you're the one in first place, and you can't do anything about it. And it's super annoying when you get it in last place, and you don't want it because you don't want to hit the person in first place. You just want to hit the person in front of you, so you can progress more like intuitively. I know. But, in my defense, I feel like in newer games like 8 Deluxe and other games where it flies closer to the ground instead of up high, the blue shell is a lot more effective because it can hit people in between first place and whoever threw the blue shell if it's flying closer to the ground. Also, if it is flying closer to the ground, it's almost impossible to dodge because it basically comes out of nowhere and it goes extremely fast. So yes, the blue shell is the most unfair and annoying item in Mario Kart, but it's still a pretty decent item, so I think it deserves at least a spot on this list. Number 8, Crazy 8. Now you might be thinking, the Crazy 8, oh my gosh, this item is so good. You basically get every single Mario Kart item in one. How is this not higher up on the list? Well, I'm about to tell you. Yes, it is still pretty good that you get all the Mario Kart items at once, and that's still pretty damn overpowered, but the only issue is how people use it. I feel like 9 times out of 10, whenever I or somebody else gets this item, they just spam it all away without using it strategically, and I feel like that is the complete and opposite wrong way to use this item, because when you spam it all away, it just feels like it accomplishes absolutely nothing. I don't know why, but it just does. But if you take your time to use it strategically and time out when you're gonna press the button so you know which item you're going to use, it can be one of the most deadly weapons in the game. Well, hell, the only problem is that nobody ever does that. So I think that the Crazy 8 deserves a solid number 8. It's a little thing I like to call reverse irony, my friends. Number 7, triple banana. So, whenever I get a normal banana, I never throw it or use it offensively. I always just use it as a shield because it's really hard to aim with the banana when you're throwing in front of you, and it's downright impossible to aim with it when you're throwing behind you. This makes it a pretty bad offensive item, so I always use it as a shield. And if it only blocks one attack, and in some cases no attacks, then it's not really a good shield at all. But you know what is a good shield? The triple banana, because you can take up to 3, count them 3 attacks with it and not get hit if you have the triple banana equipped. Also, when the bananas are circling around you instead of just behind you, you can bump into another player to hit them with said bananas, while you can't do that with a normal banana. So that definitely gives it a leg up against the normal banana and allows the triple banana to get a spot on this list. Number 6, the red shell. The red shell is pretty awesome because with the green shell, you have to manually aim your attacks to hit the player in front of you, but with the red shell, it does all that for you. Also, it's effective as a shield, which makes it equally as good as an offensive item as a defensive item. And even in first and second place, the item pull rate for the red shell is 1,000 times better than for other items like the boomerang or bob-omb, which makes it a lot more reliable. Number 5, triple red shell. I just spent that last segment talking up the red shell a bunch, saying how good it is as an offensive item, saying how it can be used as a great shield, and saying how high the item pull rate is so it's a reliable weapon. But the triple red shell is a lot better, exactly 3 times better, because instead of just getting 1 red shell, you get 3 red shells, which opens up a lot new opportunities, because now you can use them as a better shield because now they're circling around you. Also, there are more options for offense because now if you bump into a player, they get hit, and you can use it defensively and offensively at the same time because you have multiple ones to spare. It's a pretty easy decision to put the triple red shell above the average singular red shell. Number 4, the golden mushroom. Now, you, my friend, who's probably doing a workout while listening to this, you're probably wondering when the mushroom is going to come up on this list, because the mushroom is overall pretty good. I mean, it gives you a speed boost, it allows for more shortcut opportunities, and it even gives you iframes when you're dealing with a blue shot. They're pretty good, but alas, they are not going to show up on this list, and that is because there is another item that is even better than them, the triple mushroom, which is also a really good item because it's just the mushroom times 3. But there is even still a greater mushroom variant in the game, and it is the golden mushroom, which gives you a ton of boosts, like 10 times more than even the triple mushroom. And you can spam it, which gives you even more iframes when dealing with the blue shell. And if you're a bagger, you scrappy little meta Mario Kart online player, then the golden mushroom is really good on tracks with a lot of shortcuts, meaning you can bag with it very effectively. Overall, just a super good item that will be going at number 4 on this list. Number 3, the boo. Now, at this point, you're probably done with your workout and you're sitting on your couch relaxing while watching this video, and you're wondering to yourself, why would you put the boo at number 3? All it does is steal an item from somebody else and gives it to you, and I will respond with, yes, that is a neat feature of the boo, and it is one of the reasons it's at number 3, but the main reason it's at number 3 is because when you use it, you go invisible. And when you're invisible, you're literally invincible to everything. You can shock dodge with the boo. Isn't that crazy? And also, if you're playing the DS version of Mario Kart, it can even let you go off-road without losing any speed. So shortcutting with the boo is very, very easy in that game. And on top of that, you still get that extra item that was stolen from another player. And yes, it could be a coin, but that item could also be a bullet bill. So right after you stop being invincible from the boo, you can immediately bullet bill and go invincible for a whole another 10 seconds while getting a massive, massive speed boost. Yeah, the boo is at number 3. Fight me on it. Number 2, bullet bill. Okay, before we talk about how good the bullet bill is, I am going to drop some serious Mario Kart lore on you. Back in the ancient year of 2003, there was this game called Mario Kart Double Dash, and one of the special items in that game was the chain chomp. And this item was pretty good because it acted a lot like the bullet bill, and it would blast you through the course, and you didn't even have to steer. But it wasn't nearly as good as the bullet bill because it can just break free out of nowhere, leaving you behind, and the bullet bill doesn't do that. It is loyal. And also, it's just a really good item because, as pre-mentioned, it can just blast you through the entire course and hit people on your way, so it's a super cool item, and it is going at number 2. It also originated from Mario Kart Wii, so that gives it like 1,000 aura points. Number 1, the lightning bolt. Now, if you want to talk about OP weapons in Mario Kart, then it doesn't get much better than this. You know that feeling in Mario Kart when you know you're one of the best players in the room and you should be dominating everybody else and being in first place, but you just got unlucky with the item rotations, or just got hit one too many times towards the beginning, or even spun out at the start of the race. Anything that's not making you succeed in the race that is out of your control can be completely wiped out with the sheer power of the lightning bolt, my friends. Because you can literally zap and shrink everybody else in the room besides you, and you can also make them all lose their items, which is one of the best advantages you can get in the game. Also, if you're not using the lightning bolt, it's still pretty satisfying to get a shock dodge on your own and gain a lot of ground from another person's attacks. So in the right situation, it can help out a lot of people who are towards the back get ahead. Also, whenever you shrunk another person and you're still normal sized, if you run them over, you actually smush them, making them drive even slower for even longer. Overall, the lightning bolt is just the Chad item, and more than anything, it deserves to be number 1 on this list, the official Mario Kart item ranking of the world, certified by the United Nations, so nobody can dispute it. So there you go. Those were my top 10 Mario Kart items as of July 8th, 2024. Come back in exactly 1 day when my opinions change dramatically. But anyways, what do you think? Do you think my ranking is legit, or do you think I have no idea what I'm talking about? Were you bummed that the coin item didn't show up on this list, or are you angry that I put the Boo of all things at number 3? Don't you just hate it when somebody leaves a pie out on their windowsill and you start non-consensually floating towards it because of the aroma? Whatever it is, tell me in the comments down below, and I'll see you, my friends, in the next video.